Chapter 854, Ore ga nani o shiteru no ka? Hello and welcome to another episode of the Pa-D-Cast. Yayo. One Piece is what we're talking about again today.
Don't fuck it up, Luffy.
Don't fuck it up.
Hippo!
Oh,
That's me. Yeah.
That's you. You're Hippo. I'm the best guy ever. You're gonna fuck up my whole, the faces fade in. Now it's gonna be a big clusterfuck, and you ruined it. I'll have you fade in and out like 20 times now.
Just flip it mirror ways.
Yeah, whatever that means, I'll definitely do that. Anyway, this is chapter 854, my people. Jesus Christ, we're hanging in there.
What are you fucking doing, Nate? That's the name of the chapter.
It's what the hell am I doing? Oh, god damn it, I didn't even read that till now, but that's the funniest chapter title in history.
What are you doing?
What the hell am I doing? That's what I ask myself every time we start recording this podcast. By the way, I'm just thinking right now, what are the odds that One Piece ends on chapter 1000? That's too soon, right? There's no way it's actually going to fit before chapter 1000.
I don't think
end
so,
there.
but I have no idea, because chapters, I mean, it's a whole week, and that's a lot of time.
That's...
Like a couple, 150, 250 chapters, that's
about 3 years or so.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe.
150 is like 3 years, and he says he's going to go for like 6 more or something. All right, whatever. This is a thought I had. I was just wondering if he'd go for that slam dunk finish, but probably not. Anyway, okay, let's just get the fuck to it. Gib, take us away. What the fuck went down?
All right, so immediately, first page, we got a barrel with a face, and I really like this guy because
I love that guy.
He's got a big face. That's a big face for a barrel.
You know what he looks like? Remember from Donkey Kong Country 3, the first boss was a giant barrel who you have to throw bugs in his mouth, and he eats, and then he burps after he ate the bug, and you have to make him do that a bunch of times until he falls down a hole. I love that game. I love that boss. And it's great to see him revived in One Piece. It's wonderful to see him once again.
It's funny because he's just the only barrel in this hallway that has no business having barrels in it, because it's a very opulent palace sort of hallway.
Well,
maybe he's a
that's there to remind us.
He's there for like making people drunk.
Probably.
Anyway,
that's whatever. Let's move on.
It's not very important. And then
we can't focus on this goddamn barrel all day.
Jinbei and Nami,
no matter how bad you want to,
the fuck away. They're running the fuck away.
From that barrel. Who the fuck knows what that guy's planning? He could be doing anything over there. Who knows what he's full of? We can't get away from this barrel. He's the most important guy in One Piece now.
Yeah. So they're running away from the mob that they rustled the jimmies of. Luffy's jumped out the window, so they're on their own. Nami has, I don't know whether we've seen this power before, she gets a Klimatact 0.3 or whatever version it is.
Yeah.
And she gets like a whip of electric cloud coming out of it and go...
I think she did use that in Fishman Island when she was fighting someone or something. I think we've seen it before, but nonetheless, it's cool to see her do anything.
I don't know whether Nami has had like a one-on-one fight where she's just shown off her abilities, so I can't be sure. Yeah,
the closest thing was just that one moment in Fishman Island, but that was bullshit. Nobody had a real fight except Luffy. It kind of wasn't even that big of a fight anyway. But anyway, yeah, this was cool.
And she zaps Chopper and the gang, and then they go in the mirror, and now everybody's in the mirror.
I want to. That's true, and that's great. But I want to focus on one thing I really liked about this scene. So Nami has been asked by Jinbei, hey, take out the guys chasing us, and she's like, okay, I'm gonna do it, and then she zaps him. But so she does her attack, she's zapping people, and while they're convulsing in agony, there's this one panel of Nami kind of biting her lip oh fuck, what did I just do? She's not horrified, she's just mild, she's just a little concerned that what she has just done might have been a monstrous act of fucking betrayal.
I don't think it's that. I think she's just hey, wait a minute,
It's the mouth. It's all in that mouth.
Was that someone I knew? It was.
This feels like it's worth mentioning. That mouth looks just like the mouth that Luffy makes sometimes. You know when Luffy when Eneru did his lightning attack on Luffy, like when he first did it, and it didn't work. Luffy made this weird, like smug, kind of like just like flatline mouth thing, and was like biting his lip. And that also came up when Boa Hancock did the Mero Mero to try to turn Luffy into stone, and it didn't work. And he also made that face.
I think
and
it's
now
sort of
Nami's
like a considering, like, I wonder what's going on. Sort of like Luffy, sort of.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a good face.
I really like these kind of like there's like it's weird. Once you read One Piece for, like 15 years or whatever, there's just these faces that just mean they're like a trope that mean a specific thing that come up every once in a while. It's like, and then kind of like the next panel, Nami's almost doing the like, face where like her eyes are like bulging out of her head, which was the Eneru thing, which happened incidentally right after Luffy made that, don't know what the fuck's going on face.
I don't think there's a connection there, but yes.
Oh, fuck.
I think it's
from a different angle,
just
but
like
that's the same
faces.
face.
I mean, we might have talked about this before, but the faces, they're just... Yeah, they're just good for, like, showing emotion, and then, they're not quite references to anything in particular. It's just the way he draws, he likes to draw people with their eyes bulging, because it's, like a funny, weird Looney Tunes cartoon.
I think that there are a couple, not a lot, but there are a couple, like, specific faces that Oda gives to characters that are kind of just the same face. And Perona had it when it didn't work on Usopp, her ghosts. Eneru had it when he didn't do whatever. Jinbei did it at some point that I can't remember, and looks to me like Nami's doing it here a little bit. But we're okay, whatever. We're taking too long to talk about this face thing. What the fuck else happened?
They got in the mirror world, and now we've got what have we got? We've got Pedro, Jinbei, Nami, fucking the Brule, Carrot. And the fucking chimney guy. Who else? Who else is in the mirror?
Oh, Diesel, my boy Diesel is still there.
Diesel's there.
I love him.
And they're all safe, so no one can get them. So I think, they're talking about stuff like, fucking, I didn't want to, like, Jinbei is talking about him being a betrayer, because Brule recognizes him as, like, a buddy. She's like, what the fuck? And he's like, I don't want to spin that roulette because I could die, because why the hell would you do that? So I just...
Okay, hang on. This is important. So Jinbei just says, no, I did not spin that wheel of death, like we all had just assumed that he did. So my whole thing about how he's definitely going to die at the end of this arc, I mean, in some ways that's kind of still implied, because he's like, oh, that wheel smells like death. So maybe he'll, like, just die because it's like his fate now. But, like, he didn't spin that wheel, so he didn't lose any life. He's totally fine. God, what a weird anticlimax that he just left and nothing came of that scene where him and Big Mom were facing off. Did she just let him walk away?
I think it might come up later, or maybe he might be lying here to, like, I
maybe
don't want
he's
to
lying.
worry anybody.
Oh my god. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. That'd be the coolest thing Jinbei ever did. If he was lying right now and he tricked us all, and that he's actually... Oh, and he dies right at the end. It's real tragic, and everyone's crying and shitting themselves with sadness. Oh, I hope that happens. Is that what people do, shit themselves with sadness? I do. Every day. I hope that happens.
You're just crying so hard you got veins popping out.
But this is like, it does not make sense to me that he would be able to leave that situation face to face with Big Mom saying, give me your skull, and he could just like walk away and somehow escape.
You know what?
Doesn't make sense to me.
It could be that he did the thing and he lost some years of his life and he's like, fuck, I'm gonna die. I may as well just fucking help Luffy and beat the shit out of people and betray, because I'm gonna die anyway, whatever.
The only thing is that he had already decided to leave the crew, by the time. So,
Yeah, I don't know.
But, yeah, anyway, this.
There's
I hope that
reason
happens.
to believe
That'd be cool.
that he actually is lying here, because he doesn't look like he is. There's nothing like implying it.
True, but, this whole arc is full of deception, as we've discussed. Pudding's whole thing, shit's cray.
It's full of deception that's sort of like... It's pretty obvious that it's, like... I mean, Pudding doesn't seem to be.
I still think
deception.
Pudding is gonna be good. I still think it's gonna do a double, triple backflip.
That'll be very like impressive.
That'd be great,
and we'd all be happy and clapping and like, oh, you're a genius, Oda. I'm still not convinced that is how it's going.
I don't know, man. I've given up trying to guess. I hope that happens, but we'll see.
Yeah. So Brule is like gloating, like, hey, you think you're winning? Well, fuck you. Big Mom's
dude.
gonna beat the shit out of you one by one. You're gonna be dead. You can't leave. You know,
it's one of these scenes that I absolutely love that happen every once in a while in One Piece, where like someone who like knows more about like the power structure of like the New World and like the serious forces that control the world of One Piece are like, there is no way you fucking guys are gonna be able to get out of here. You have no idea the forces you're messing with. This is Big Mom, a fucking Yonko, and her crew. They're like, you're done. You're fucking done. And like there's a real ominous air as she just does this lecture. I really like those.
Yeah, I really like it because, especially the fact that it seems like they're so OP in this mirror world. They have Brûlé. They can go anywhere in the island, and she's still so confident that they're gonna die. You know, even though she's in captivity,
though she's personally been beat
anything.
up, it's great. I really like it. I really like stuff like that.
Oh, and then
it just it makes the world feel intimidating, you know, like there's still all these challenges out there to be overcome. Oh, good stuff.
It's great. And next scene, very cool. We get Prometheus putting a little band-aid on his cheek because Brooks, with his soul power, is so effective against Big Mom's soul, like, fruit power, that they're actually still wounded, and it's like the wound's opening against Jesus. We've never been, like, injured. And then Brook is the one guy who manages to do it because of his, like, perfect counter. It's just a shame he's not as actually physically strong.
I really like that. I really like that Brook was able to do something. But, I mean, we didn't get to see him do shit. So, like, we are told how cool Brook is, and I was the only guy ever who did this. But
what I'm thinking is that this may play into, like, later, Brook being the one that, like, does a big, actual cool fight later with Big Mom, because he's like the only one who can actually do anything if he has to like hold her off or something. And I don't know what will happen
sort of
if he has to hold her off or stay behind and get captured or something. That would be weird.
This is a bit of a foreboding thing. This, like, why would Oda put this here if it wasn't going to pay off narratively sometime later? So I'm with you on that.
Or it could be like foreshadowing for the far future where Brook is the one that kills Big Mom and he's like, oh, I'm really cool now.
Oh my god, no. Better than that. He bones Big Mom for once and all. He's the one who does it. And then she has skeleton babies. Oh god. That's
Sans. That's how Sans is created.
My babies are all
Big Mom invented Undertale, dude.
Oh my god. Yes. Way to go, Big Mom.
All skeletons come from Big Mom. And Brook.
Yeah.
That's the
and
law.
Brook. Awesome. So, did anything else happen in the scene that was important? She's just carrying around Brook, which is kind of cute.
Yeah, she's carrying around Brook instead of taking him to her library, which we know is in flames and broken, and Luffy's out, and she won't know that for a while because she's not going to go put Brook in it. So it's like, ooh.
And Brook is still not saying anything, and I just don't know why he's doing that.
This is something I'm wondering about. Do they know? Because Pudding and Big Mom, they talk at length, in detail, about their evil plan and laugh and stuff. They either don't realize that Brook can hear them because they think he's like knocked out, or asleep, or dead because he's dead, but they know he's not dead because he's already dead. You know, so it's like, do they not realize? Redemption. Do they just not realize that he can hear them?
I have no idea what the fuck's going on with Brook right now. I don't understand. Why won't you say anything?
I feel like that must be some sort of like, oh, I'm on the down low. She thinks I'm just a doll now. She thinks I'm dead, or something, like I'm lifeless. But there was a thing that she said, like, oh, he's a living bone skeleton man. He's alive and he's dead at the same time. That's so cute. I love it. So she knows he's alive. But you know, why would she say all these things? And I don't know. It's unclear.
Okay, maybe Big Mom just told him not to speak because it's like cute if he doesn't speak. I mean, I don't know. Like, we didn't see, so I don't fucking know why he's not talking. It's just weird. It's just something very suspicious is going on here.
Yeah, I think something will happen with Brook. You know, like unexpectedly using all the information that he's learning here.
Hey, also, I noticed in last chapter, Big Mom had Brook naked all the way down to his underpants, but now he's got like a robe. That was nice of her. Give him clothes.
Yeah, he's like is he
tied up?
He's tied up by the neck, I think. Hang on. Yeah, he's like a little, you know, there's like a, I don't know. He looks like a little
You know what he looks
pom-pom.
like? Here's a thing I learned from my favorite series of all time, Fairy Tail. It's he looks like an umibozu, I believe is the term, and there are these little dolls.
More like umibozo.
Got him. There are these little dolls that they've got like a puffy head. Like, okay, you take a cloth, you stuff it with stuff on the top, and then you tie it off, and then like the bottom kind of just is like loose, and then the top is a little ball of stuff, and you hang those up, and they're supposed to like keep away rain. And actually, like the only good thing that ever happened in Fairy Tail was that Luvia, who's the only good character in Fairy Tail originally. She like was cursed with like this magic power that made it rain all the time. So she would just go around making umibozu. Luvia? And did I say Luvia? Her name is Luvia.
I thought it was Juvia because with this is
oh J. Fuck! It's Juvia. I forgot. Forgive me, Fairy Tail.
Oh God, I have knowledge of Fairy Tail. No,
you blew it, buddy. She would make umibozus. It was cute because she attracted rain all the time. But then Gray liked her because even though rain is depressing or something,
you know what?
Whatever.
That's kind of sort of relevant because the Zeus, the cloud, or Prometheus, I forget which one's which. No, it's Zeus, the cloud.
Yeah.
He's made it rain. He can make it rain.
And maybe Big Mom is trying to keep away rain from the wedding ceremony. I don't know. That's the thing that they would do.
It's some sort of a slight theme. It's good. It's good.
Yeah. I don't know. Whatever. It's fine. It's good. It's great. 10 out of 10. All right. What the fuck
Pudding
else
and
is
Big
going
Mom
on?
talk about their plan to kill the stuff.
They're just talking about this plan to everyone. Everyone in the world. They're just talking willy-nilly. But I guess they're on their home turf, so whatever.
Yeah, I mean, they're a bit like...
They're pretty confident that the fucking Vinsmokes don't have any spies around and are just totally, like, gonna let this shit happen. There's no way that the whole Vinsmoke thing is gonna go as easily as they're anticipating here. We haven't seen them in a while, and I want to know what they're fucking doing.
Yeah, it seems weird that they're so confident, even though... I mean, I guess it's hard to say because like there's all this stuff happening, and they just assume because they're too powerful. Maybe it's just like arrogance, like due to them being a fucking Yonko. That like, nothing can fight us. We're too powerful. We got too much stuff. Nothing can go wrong. We killed them. They're all dead.
And plus, there's another scene later where they get really carried away, getting overconfident. But and then they're like, Big Mom says like, "Oh, the Germa should be drowning in drink. I sent the barmaids over to them." What is she implying with that?
The barmaids with their caskets of ale.
They're going to sex everyone, like the whole army, or just like the princes and Judge.
I don't know.
Well,
I think the idea is that the princes and Judge are like the strongest, and then they can overpower the rest of them. I guess. I mean, they have lots of these like special guns that are tactically able to shoot through Reiju's legs and stuff. Through the iron skin or whatever. Oh,
dude, I totally get it now. We were so confused when Reiju was, like, bleeding for no reason, apparently, and it was actually very oddly handled, the way that it just turned out to be Pudding later, and she was like, what the fuck happened? It was unclear.
Based on this, I think what happened is Reiju was snooping around, she found the guns, and that's why Pudding had to shoot her, and then put her in a chair, and wipe her memory of it. I don't know why she had to, like, explain the plan to Reiju before wiping the memory.
I think just for fun, narratively,
I guess
Sanji
she just does like being mustache twirling evil, like, you're fucking fucked, one villain.
That's just so basic that it would be disappointing if it were just that simple. Like, we're dealing with a character who has, like, control over memories. Who the fuck knows if what anyone knows right now is true about Pudding or anyone else, because Pudding could have just changed anyone's memory about anything all the time. She is the most duplicitous character in the series yet, and I'm just not prepared to make any calls about what the fuck is going to happen with this arc, because she could have changed anything.
I've had such an idea.
Mm-hmm. Like, I'm ready for it.
This would make what your idea of like her being good or like secretly being against Big Mom.
Yes.
She could use, like, in the confusion of all the stuff happening, like, if she knows that, Big Mom might not win against the Germa, or she's planning for it to happen, whatever, she uses the thing, her power, to take the memories of all this happening out of Big Mom's head so that they can escape, so that she doesn't realize that all this has happened, and that she won't go into a huge, massive rage.
Yeah, and maybe her own crew wouldn't tell her because they're afraid of the collateral damage that'll come.
Because
like, it's
been very well established. Don't tell Big Mom when something bad is happening. You will die.
Yeah, that's right. Including in this chapter. Oh my god, this is brilliant. This could really happen. Pudding's power is like so crazy. Just the ability to control memories like that. Something awesome has to happen with it. It's gotta happen. Because, oh yeah, please, Pudding, don't disappoint me. I think there's big things coming for Pudding. Oh, she'd be possibly the most interesting female character in the series up to this point if she really pulled off all this crazy shit. Do it, Pudding.
Yeah, it'll be like everyone's like
people.
Like after all the stuff's happened, the Straw Hats are there, the Vince Smokes are there. And then
except for
crew.
Nico Robin. I forgot. Nico Robin's the best female character who ever lived.
Yeah,
Pudding's number 2,
whatever,
maybe.
Son. But like they'd have all the people there. Big Mom's about to go into a super rage. She's gonna kill everyone. Pudding takes her memories of the thing, and she's like, she's sort of conked out for a bit, and then everyone's just looking at each other like, should we just agree to just go away? You know?
Yep.
We don't really want to fight Big Mom. I mean, you know. And then they're like, okay, Straw Hats. Just slink off. You weren't here.
I got another one for you.
What?
Maybe, you know how it seems that Brook failed to get the rubbing of the poneglyph? What if Pudding took the memory of the poneglyph and like the letters on the poneglyph from someone else and like put it into someone else's head as like, well, actually she could just give them a fucking rubbing. I guess that's a little bit more complicated than it needs to be, but it could still happen. That'd be cool.
There's so many possibilities with this fruit. It really would be a shame if it just plays out as Pudding is evil, and then the Straw Hats manage to escape, and it's all fine for them. And it's like,
I don't want to overhype myself.
Yeah, we don't want to.
Oda's not the most complex writer of all time, you know. So I wouldn't want to be like, oh, it's triple, double, quadruple chess happening. But this is like the most like you know, what's the word I'm looking for, like, I don't know, shady, mysterious,
multiple
like if there was ever a time for that to happen through all of One Piece, this would be the time. So I really hope it happens. That'd be really cool. Some of that stuff I hope happens. So we can move on from that, but one point I wanted to make was that I think I understand fully why the scene of Reiju getting shot in the leg happened, which is actually, it makes sense. I just thought it was handled a little strange. It's because now we know that even though that scene was weird, and the whole thing about the Germa having exoskeletons is like really bizarre and not well, like they just look normal. So is their skin really hard or what? It appears that like we're just, all that was to set up the fact that these guns can kill the Vinsmoke guys. Even though like the big moment that they're building to is where Pudding could kill Sanji with one shot, but Sanji doesn't have a fucking exoskeleton, so like it's all kind of pointless. So what the fuck?
I mean, do they know that? Is that like? I guess.
Well, no, but
like...
we do. I mean, we do.
Yeah,
it was told us in the flashback.
Them, I mean...
But it, like narratively, you could just use any gun and shoot Sanji in the face. So like building up these special guns, like I get it. Yeah, these can definitely kill the other Germa guys, like the other sons and Reiju with their really strong bodies. But it feels a little weird that like the focal point they're building up to is not them killing all the Vinsmokes instantly with these guns. It's them shooting Sanji in the head first. That's like the big one. Then they'll kill everybody else.
Well, I think
that's going to be a big moment, I think.
They're thinking about all that is that, you know, they're setting that up as like the turning point. Once Sanji is shot in the head, everything will go down. If something happens before Sanji can get shot in the head, like the bomb going off or something, you know, then it'll all go crazy. So this is their plan and how it's not going to happen.
I feel like, you know, this chapter felt a little weird to me. All the stuff with the guns, because... Yes, I get it. The Vinsmoke kids are really, really powerful, and apparently they're super tough. They've got this steel skin or whatever. But like it's like this arc is treating like Big Mom's crew as just like normal people trying to carry out an assassination like the Red Wedding, when we're talking about the super-powered Yonko crew of Big Mom, one of the 4 most powerful forces in the world. I don't think they'd have any trouble killing like a couple of dudes. Like, this is Big fucking Mom. She's like one of the 4 strongest people in the world. I just it just seems a little strange to me.
Yeah, it does.
That there's so much focus on these weapons
in this incredibly super high-powered normal people world of One Piece, that they have to introduce a weapon that you can just hold and shoot like a gun.
Mm-hmm. Like
it's always been weird, like in anything with it's a huge difference between the lower and the highest power level. Like, you've got a million hit points, but if somebody gets a knife to your throat, are you gonna die?
Yeah, like Goku would just die or something if you just
would
got
that
throat
happen?
slit or
Can you
something.
happen, or will the knife break? Like, where does it stop and start? And I think this is just showing that, I mean, guns and blades are good, but when you're a real powerful guy, you can just move real fast and all that. So
yeah,
it's more like a really good martial arts, and then also weird powers that makes people strong, instead of literal strength to bullets, which is why the whole Germa skin strength is maybe such a real problem. Maybe all their soldiers have it. That's why they need to develop a weapon to get through it.
Well, I mean, I don't think so. I think, they are clones, so maybe they did build that into them. Yeah, I mean, I guess that would make sense. But, and I get what's going on here. Like, all these things that are happening that we're talking about are very much in the line of, a murder mystery, plot, or, a setup for, a big, fantasy betrayal thing.
Like a medieval regicide wedding sort of.
Yeah. It just feels weird in the context of One Piece. And, I'm okay with accepting that, this is a thing that Oda's doing for this arc. Backstabbing and assassination, as if these aren't literal gods walking among us with superpowers. But whatever, it's fine. I'm not even complaining that much. I just think that it's interesting and worth talking about because it is something that's different.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, now I'm thinking about it. The fact that explosions generally never kill anyone is a bit weird. But maybe they do, and
never.
They just don't bother to.
Dude, even Pell. I mean, that's the famous one, right? Pell in Alabasta, point blank hit with a nuke and was fine. It was he literally walked back a few days later and was fine.
I was like, I just got a broken leg. That's okay.
He got nuked in the face and was fine. I mean, that people, it's funny because I haven't talked about that in a while, but that's the biggest crime Oda ever committed where this stuff's concerned.
I mean, he had a cool character design. It was pretty good.
A nuke to the face, Gib. Come on. All right.
Dude, you couldn't take a nuke to the face, you little bitch. Pussy.
I haven't trained my hockey enough yet.
Well, maybe you had hockey. Yeah, there you go.
No, hockey didn't exist. It was not canon.
No, he had it.
Oh. Never mind, man.
He was the only guy. He was the only guy who had it. He just didn't tell anyone.
That's another thing. Is hockey enough to survive a nuke? How strong is hockey really? Is it stronger than steel? Why not just wear a suit of armor? Why train for years if you can just wear a suit of armor and you're just as good? What's the tangible benefit? If you wear a suit of
armor, then the steel will shatter and then there'll be shrapnel and then you get lots of little cuts and it'll be really bad.
Well, if your fucking hockey shatters, then they just hit your goddamn body. So maybe it's better to have shrapnel instead of getting your whole fucking body fucked by whatever.
Either explosions are not that great, or the general normal human is able to do a lot. I mean, even at the beginning with Usopp and Nami, they're
Usopp's
not
a tough guy.
Yeah, they're real tough, even though there's they haven't really had training or anything. They're just guys.
The Usopp stands out to me as a little bit more durable than everybody else. Remember the time that Usopp got literally all his bones broken by Mr. Four? Oh my god, that was fucking brutal, and then was fine in a few minutes. But people in general in One Piece are pretty darn resilient, unless it's in a flashback sometimes, and they're a really important character.
Yeah, unless there's a special gun.
Unless there's a special gun. That's what we're talking about here today.
Right. We're going on this. Let's
I know we are.
All right. Then I don't even know what this guy is, but in the 6th floor guest room, Sanji's room, people are checking up on Sanji to say yes, Sanji is definitely in his bed, and it's just some guy, and I remember.
Well, that was his butler who was getting him shit a little while before.
So is he a Big Mom guy or is he a Vinsmoke guy?
No, yeah, he's a Big Mom butler.
Okay, so he's just Sanji's not.
It's this annoys me a little bit. By the way, just to go back for a second, a page or two before that, on page 10, there's just a shot of Sanji's brains literally being splattered out of his head.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Which is fucking gruesome. So this guy is in this bed, and they think that he's Sanji. So, like, they think they know where Sanji is. But, like, it's not like Sanji put him up to this, because he's like, oh, where's Sanji? Okay, I guess I'll just go back to sleep, and I guess I'll continue to fool people into thinking that I'm Sanji, even though I have no way of knowing that that's what I'm supposed to be doing.
Well, he's not supposed to be doing that. He just so happens to be comedically, accidentally, making it look like Sanji's there.
I have a problem when, like, real plot-relevant things...
I don't know.
Like, collide with comedy a bit too much. In this case, I don't really mind it, but it just reminds me... It's walking the line. It's walking a little close to the line of things that will annoy me. So, you know, this one's not that big a deal, but it is ridiculous, but it is funny.
It's all right. It's pretty good. All right, then we get the another big thing where everybody is around the table, and confirmation that Baron Tamago is now not called Baron Tamago. He is now called Count Chicken. People are calling him Count. So
God, he looks so glorious. Look at that visage.
God. I love that little bit of the ear with the sideburn. I don't know why. I just and the back neck fat. For some reason it's sort of like the combination of a chicken head and also a normal person head with that fat roll in the back.
He's such a monster. Jesus Christ. So cool. He's the biggest freak in the entire series. Oh my God, I love him. He's my favorite character.
So they're discussing who they fucking killed. So Mama's got Brook. They're like, yeah, he's dead or he's captured, whatever. Pedro, they think, is blown up.
Pedro went Allah Akbar. Yep.
And he got the term for it, too. Chopper and Carrot, what did they say? Oh, yeah, they got a message from Brule a while ago saying, oh, yeah, I captured them. And they haven't since captured me. Yeah. So they assume they're dead. And then Nami...
By the way, I really love this shot when they're talking about this of all the commander guys. Did you see that guy on the right who looks like Captain Crunch with... Yeah, oh my God, that's my favorite guy.
He's like Captain Crunch, but with the Pringles guy as a hat.
Oh my God! He's a combination of all my favorite foods, and he's giving a thumbs up, like, to the camera because he knows what a goddamn badass he is. Holy shit! I love that guy. And there's Lady Amande in the back, just being the best character ever. Once again,
being the most horizontal, the T-shape.
Look at that pumpkin head on the left. What's going on with her? Like, you only see her from behind, but
how'd you know it's a her? It could be a Jack Skellington.
You know, it actually could be a girl. I don't know, but I love all these people. I love how weird they are and
there's that weird guy with like an explosion crown and bat wings on the left.
Oh, I didn't even notice the wings, but yeah, you're totally right. God, these are such freaks. They're great. I love them.
And then on the second page, you might notice the bottom panel, just to skip ahead, there's this weird like child-faced bunny giant man with big gloves.
Oh my God, I did not notice that guy, but he's horrifying.
Like, what the fuck is that guy? Like, is he a character or is he just like a brute? I don't know.
Captain Crunch is my favorite character.
It's like a Germal Rumba cast, you know?
Yeah, it is. Oh my God, I love this fucking crew.
So fucking
And like, I know that motherfucker is like one of the strongest people in the world, and that makes me so happy.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, all right.
So yeah, Brule, blah, 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 the Chopper and Carrot.
Oh, everybody's captured. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Then Nami, they think is captured. Oh no, this is the thing.
Yeah, this is the thing.
Opera. This is where we get reiterated that no one dare tell Mama the bad news. You know, if I tell Mama bad news that I let them escape with Jinbei, fucking I'll die. So I'll just this is the way ruling through fear falls apart, and you got guys lying. So
just to clarify, they're talking about the state of Nami and Luffy here, and where the fuck they are.
It's like,
and
where are they?
They know that they're gone, and Jesus Christ, hardcore motherfucker Opera over here is like, look, I know they're gone. I'm sorry. I just tortured them. They didn't know anything, so I burned them alive, and now they're dead. Really sorry. I know I went a little far there. But that's what happened. So he's just lying to cover up the fact that they escaped.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't want to piss off Big Mom. Oh man. Oh, they're gonna be mad.
Yeah,
but you know what? That's also helpful because now they won't chase Luffy to the spot that he's going back to.
The only thing that's kind of clashing with that is like, well, what about all the guards that saw Jinbei? I mean,
yeah, like they're chasing Jinbei right now.
Yeah. So like, Maybe they're going to come back and say, oh, fucking, there's Jinbei and Luffy and Nami, and they're fucking going all over the place. And you're like, what? That contradicts what Opera said.
Opera really does not seem to have planned this out very far. I mean, I would have just been honest. I think it would have.
He looks
been
like a
better.
bit of a doofus.
He does. He sure does. He's covered in cream.
So I mean, that guy, the book Illusion World guy,
or Mount D'Or or something.
Mount D'Or. Cool. Yeah, he's like, I don't fucking buy that, but whatever. So now they generally believe that everyone's dead and things can go on as planned, and then that's it. They're unprepared for fucking whatever plan the guys come up with to save Sanji and crash the wedding or whatever. I think what's gonna happen is there might be like clashing plans. Like, at the moment, in the next scene, we see Sanji having, like, being sad, and then he goes to Luffy eventually. But, like, the idea that is Sanji and Luffy are going to meet up. The rest of them are in the mirror world, and then there's Brook. I think if they have a plan to do something, like save Sanji, and then Sanji and Luffy smash in, like, oh, I'm going to fucking kill everyone. Like, it's going to be a clusterfuck, and it's going to be hilarious, whatever happens, I'm pretty sure. So that's
for sure.
Cool. But yeah, this is the.
By the way, I hope that when things come to a head and like everything goes to shit and the world is ending because everything's going crazy, like I hope that Opera just jumps out and is like, "No, wait! I swear, I burned those guys to death, and this is an illusion." And he just like sticks to his story no matter what happens as the world's ending around him. I want him to be claiming, "No, I really did burn those guys to death. Please believe me."
Please. Yeah, maybe they whatever. So
yeah.
So Sanji's looking at the picnic basket that he made for pudding initially, and he was remembering that I accidentally made it for the Straw Hats. It's just and this is like confirmation of what people have already figured out, that it's just the way that he makes their
whoa
foods.
Hang on, you're not selling this enough, because we are fucking geniuses, because we pointed out that this goddamn lunchbox that Sanji created did in fact have every member of the Straw Hat Crew's favorite food in it. We were 100% right.
Well,
we're the smartest boys in the world.
We were right, but also lots of other people like figured it out as well. They were talking about it.
Well, I don't care about them. I only care about me. I'm the smartest man in the world, and I'm a genius. And this is great. This is great. So Sanji is now. Well, I don't want to skip ahead, but okay, no, please go on about what's going down.
All right, so he's just sitting there being sad, like, oh god, I gotta forget about him. I'm just gonna sit here, and I'm gonna try and get all like peaceful. Like I'm gonna die. This is the end. And then, what's his face? I forget his face.
His name is Bobbin.
Bobbin.
Rolling
Bobbin
I think.
Picks up Luffy's meat.
No, not rolling.
And he's like, oh, nice food. Yeah. Hey, wait a minute, aren't you Sanji? You're supposed to be in your room. And then in that moment, Sanji realizes that his true conviction lies with the Straw Hats. He cannot, see that this guy is going to eat Luffy's meat. He kicks him right in the fucking head. And he
let me tell you,
you,
he doesn't want to see anybody eat Luffy's meat, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, he's quite the homophobe. He
hates the gays, right, yeah.
Yes, his homophobia brought him back to life. He's like, I don't want to die in a world where people are touching Luffy's meat. So, beats the shit out of the guy.
Yeah!
And he's like...
And then he probably went and voted for Trump. That's right, I went there.
Yeah, you fucking asshole.
I ruined it.
You did.
I ruined this beautiful moment of homophobia politics.
Yes. So, like, he was like, whoa, what have I done? Wait, yeah, fuck it, I'm just gonna go. And he runs off to Luffy.
Yep.
And it's gonna be great.
Okay, so this is beautiful. This is beautiful, because, okay, what we initially saw as a humble picnic basket being prepared by Sanji for pudding, just, as like a gift or whatever, has now become a major plot device. Because this picnic basket with the favorite foods of all the Straw Hats that I thought was just like a one-off thing, was just like, oh, it's just a gag, like Sanji instinctively made all of the Straw Hats' favorite foods, now, in fact, is like the major plot element to, it's going to be this food, he's going to give it to Luffy, this is going to be the thing that breaks Luffy's hunger strike, even though it's been like one day, so calm the fuck down, Luffy, but it's gonna end his hunger strike, he's going to be revived, his tooth is going to grow back, gloriously as he eats this food that represents the unbreakable bonds of the Straw Hat Pirates, and then they're going to come back and they're going to wreck shit and they're going to do whatever the fuck needs to be done. So, by the way, I'd like to point out that I think this means I was dead wrong about the whole, like, feast at the end of the arc being, like, plot relevant this time. Looks like the wind ain't blowing that way, and it's going to be this picnic basket instead, which is also nice. It's cool.
Yeah, I like the idea that Luffy would only be, like, he wouldn't be in the final battle, and he would come back at the end after Sanji fed him. But this makes more sense, because, like,
he's going to
be
honest.
revitalized, and then they're going to be like, yeah, we're going to be a team, we're going to be friends, nakama, and all that. Yeah. And then he's going to come back and he's going to charge in and say, fuck you, and he's going to bring all his friends back with punches and such.
Yeah, this arc can't end. I mean, we're still dealing with Big Mom. This arc cannot end with just, like, a fight. There's no way. That would be dumb, and do people even want that? Do people really want Luffy to just, fight Big Mom now?
I mean, there's a few things that are possible. It's going to start with a fight, and it's going to end with either them escaping with just barely, and stuff like that, which is probably the most likely thing.
Yeah.
Then there's, like, the possibility of, doing the mind thing to calm Big Mom down so that they can run away. Or the things we were talking about earlier, which is, quite unlikely now. The idea of an alliance between Big Mom and the Straw Hats, and or some other party be an alliance. Like, I'm really not sure that's gonna happen in any way.
Hey, maybe there
might be like an alliance with the Germa Kingdom. Like, the Germa Kingdom guys could be like, actually, we're cool. Actually, really.
I mean, I was gonna say, like, maybe things will work out that. No, never mind. That's dead wrong. I was gonna say if Sanji offers, like, the help of the Straw Hat Pirates to Big Mom instead of the Vinsmokes, like, she would accept that if they can, like, prove themselves to her as, like, equally powerful. But they're not equally powerful. They're a bunch of fuckboys in a boat versus an army. Actually, you know what? Straw Hats probably are, like, as powerful as the Germa Kingdom.
I think the two most likely things is that they will fight and escape, and then Big Mom will be chasing after them, so they will be, like, in, like, Code Red. Oh, fuck, we gotta do all this other shit while we're being chased by Big Mom. We've made a big enemy, this is bad. And the other one is, that could also happen, but also the Germa Kingdom could help them escape. Because they could be like, oh, you know what, Sanji, you're alright. I'm your father, and you're cool, and let's get out of here.
Let's betray, pirates, because, fuck pirates, they're not the big deal. And let's ally ourselves with the evil Nazi kingdom. Let's do that. That'll be great. That's, I feel like these guys are trustworthy.
I think it will be like a more realistic twist than a Big Mom alliance. Because at this point, I don't know how it's going to happen.
That'd be too OP, if they just had Big Mom's help, I think. Also, I'd like to point out that I looked it up, and his name is Bobbin, the guy that that the Sanji kicked in the face. His name is Sweeper Bobbin.
He got Sweeper kicked in the...
He did. Oh, that's true. He got Sweeper kicked, but I was going to say that he, like, when we first saw Big Mom way many chapters ago during Fishman Island, he had just, like, destroyed a kingdom by himself. And I thought that was interesting to point out that, like, that's what the Germa Kingdom boys had also just done. They had just, like, overthrown a kingdom. And by the way, that was number 1 and 2 who had done that. Ichiji and Niji, who had just overthrown the kingdom. Bobbin did it solo. So I'm just saying that to me it looks like Sanji is stronger than Bobbin, who is stronger than an individual Vinsmoke boy. I mean, I know this is bullshit, and I'm just flying by the seat of my pants. All I'm saying is that Sanji is really strong, and that he is going to fight his brothers, and he is going to win. That's going to happen, and it's going to be cool.
That's probably true. But, like, I think the Bobbin thing, it may have been like he forgot that he destroyed a whole kingdom, or it was a really weak kingdom, or his power has something to do with manipulation rather than raw physical strength. Could be something like that.
Oh, poppycock. He's got a giant sword. It's huge. It's bigger than his body.
It's a persuasion sword. He brings it out. They're like, okay, we'll do whatever you say. Just, we'll kill ourselves.
He ate the negotiate devil fruit.
No, his sword did. His sword ate a paramecia fruit.
That's right. That's cool.
Hey, that's
okay.
that's interesting. We haven't seen like a physical object eat a fruit that isn't a zone, have we?
Hey, did I ever tell you about my idea for I actually have had that exact idea, and I've wanted to make it for a long time. Way back in the day, I had an idea for my OC One Piece character was, I think it was like a girl. I can't really remember. The person wasn't that important, but yeah, I'm gay. Maybe it was a guy. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Someone was kind of like a fencer dude. This is before Brook got introduced. And their weapon was an umbrella, kind of like the penguin, only they were like a skilled, dance around guy. But the thing was, their umbrella had eaten a devil fruit that was a paramecia, and the person who used the umbrella just kind of was able to use it through the umbrella. But the power that had, it was it was able to remove kinetic energy from things. So an umbrella is pretty delicate, right? But if you swing a sword at this umbrella, the umbrella would kind of just absorb all the kinetic energy from it, and it would just it would slow down and wouldn't.
That sounds also like an impact dial.
Yeah, kind of. It's also almost exactly like Captain America's shield, which just nullifies all impact because it's made of vibranium that does that or something. And I love talking. I know I might have mentioned this before, but you know how One Piece introduces characters with iconic moments, and really one of my favorites of all time is when they're headed for, it was just after a little garden with the giants, and the crew had Vivi back then and stuff, and upon the sea as they're headed near Drum Island, Drum Island comes up next, they see Chess, they see a dude just standing in the middle of the ocean, just on the water. And they have a scene where they just look at this guy, and he looks back, and this guy's just morning. And they're morning. He's pretty cold out today. And they're yep. And then it's revealed what's going on. The ocean, or the giant boat comes out of the water, is revealed he was standing on the crow's nest of a ship that was underwater at the time. But I'm sorry this is taking so long. But the point was, I had an iconic introductory image in my head for over a decade now that I want to be real. And it's this character who I know I've very poorly defined. But now I kind of see as a cute girl in a dress, in a black dress with her black umbrella. But it's her standing out somewhere, and she's holding the umbrella over her head, and there is snow falling only from inside the umbrella on top of her, and it's not snowing anywhere else. Oh, it's just it's so cool to me, and I want it to be real. And it makes sense. And way later on in the One Piece arc that is in my head, you would find out that this girl, or this umbrella, has the power to absorb kinetic energy, and that means that all the water molecules that touch the umbrella from the inside, all their heat gets absorbed from them because kinetic energy is heat, and they just crystallize as snow, and so they fall directly onto her, and she's a snow girl, and she's cute and adorable, and she's my favorite character that I came up with.
We have, since the podcast is the most watched podcast on the PCP, the most. We have such a huge fan base. I'm sure one of our fans would love to draw your girl for you. So if you got a pencil out there, give it a go.
Someone draw this character who only exists in my head. I'll give you some details. She's wearing a black dress. It's one of those poofy dresses. You know what I'm talking about? That her legs are mostly seen. She's wearing stockings and little heels, and she's a big poofy dress out to the sides, and she's got puffy sleeves, and it's cute, and she's got braids, and she doesn't look depressed. She just looks cute, and I love her, and it's snowing on her from inside this umbrella. Somebody draw it, please. I've been wanting this for 15 years. Oh, it'd be great. Oh, I love One Piece. And that's the end. All right, thanks for listening, everybody. And we were at the end of the chapter anyway, so
yeah, that was the end of the chapter from Saturday. So yes, that's the end of the episode as well. It was quite a long one.
That was a very long one. 48 minutes about a chapter that took me 10 minutes to read. Hey, fuck you, buddy. Ever since Ben and I, when we did T-BAP, sometimes we would talk for an hour about a 24 episode of the show, and people used to get really mad at us. They would be like, hey, why are you talking so long? And I don't know, is it a problem for you that there's so much content? Just enjoy the extra discussion, my friend, or just leave. Whatever you want to do, my friend. It's up to you. All right. Anyway, that's it. This is a personality-based show anyway, so fuck you. People who I imagine are mad about this. Okay, thanks for listening, everybody. Gib, it's been a pleasure as always, and we will see you folks next week. Goodbye.
See ya later.